So if someone says this idea is rock solid, then I will say absolutely those phrases. You're going to love this next process. Clients that I work with, I'd be happy to say this is a rock solid technique. So when I'm looking to match modality, I'm much more interested in matching exact words. And I know a lot of you have been to a program we run called Inspire to Buy. And Inspire to Buy, we talk a lot about the power of key words. So as a client and a coach relationship, one thing the coach has to be mindful of is the words that they're using. This is where listening becomes very important. So when I am listening to your problem for that 5 minutes I give you, what I'm actually really listening for is any key words that are relevant that I can say back to you at a later date. When you use your client's key words, their whole experience changes. So if you're wondering how important specific words are with a client, they have done another piece of research, and what they did is they got waiters in a restaurant. At the end of taking your order, they're allowed to do only one of two things: walk away and hand the order into the kitchen, or stand there and repeat your order back to you. Because they wanted to gauge, does that have any influence on how you feel about the waiter? Here's what they found. Waiters who walked to the kitchen without repeating the order got 10% tips on average. Waiters who repeated the order actually got 34% of their clients tipping. So there was a 24% increase because all the waiter did differently was repeat your order. And they used the same waiter each time. So the same waiter would go to one table, not repeat the order, the next table repeat the order, next table not repeat the order, next table repeat the order. And they observed exactly the tipping behavior of those clients. Now, the reason the people tipped more when their order was repeated is because when the waiter said exactly what you ordered, you heard your key words being fed back, and you felt, this person understands me. They understand me because they fed back exactly what I asked for. Now, let's just say you're a meat eater and you eat eye fillet steaks, and you say, waiter, I would like an eye fillet cooked rare. The waiter doesn't say back to you, so just to clarify, you would like a selection of meat cut from around this region of a cow, put onto a plate that is hot so that they actually cook it, so that when you cut it open, there is still blood on the inside, somewhat raw-ish in nature, and that is what you've ordered. Is that what you've ordered? If the waiter said that to you, you'd be like, what the heck is wrong with you? I said, I feel it rare. You see that? But a waiter doesn't do that. A waiter says exactly what you ordered, because it feels so good to have people acknowledge and understand and hear what you're saying. So as a coach, one of the things I advise you do is listen intently to what your client says, but more importantly, listen to how they say it. And if you notice the keywords they're using, feed those keywords back to them. I use my memory a lot in coaching, and the thing I use it for most is pegging any keywords you're using. I remember a friend of mine's keyword was off the charts. You know, he just loved the phrase off the charts. Off the charts, off the charts. Always said off the charts. I said, great. It was his birthday. So I went and bought him this DVD set of martial arts. The guy loves martial arts, so I bought him a DVD set. And I wrote in the card, happy birthday. May this year be totally off the charts. Right? He opened up the card and you should have seen his face. It was like the ultimate card for him because it had his key words in it. So one of the quickest ways to build rapport with people is to match their exact words. Actually match the exact words they use. And as you get better into the coaching process, you'll start to learn how to do things like say, so just to clarify, blah, blah, blah. Or you might say things like, hey, I'm human like any other coach you're probably going to work with, and I'm a human, which means I get things wrong. So I just want to see, in case I've made any mistakes here, are you actually saying this? And then blah, 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 you feed back the key words. And just by doing that, you'll have an incredible connection with people. Because when people know they've been heard and understood, you've got rapport with that person. It's really quite remarkable. In fact, Oprah Winfrey says, and you probably would have heard us say it, do you see me, do you hear me, am I important to you, is one of that's the driving force of every interaction between human beings. So as a coach, if you feedback their keywords, let them know you've absolutely heard them and that they have been listened to, that'll deepen rapport, no two things about it. We're going to talk more about keywords as the program progresses, but just keep that in mind, that feeding back the specific words they use, not trying to get tricky with modalities, but just the exact words. Because sometimes we get NLP trained people and they'll see this and they try and get tricky. Okay, you're speaking in visual, so I'm going to talk back to you in visual. Or you're speaking in auditory, and it gets all way too technical. But for me, keywords is absolutely the thing that works the best when it comes to matching a modality with someone.